Welcome to the Nurse Power Podcast.
I'm Meisha and
And I'm Dr. Nicole Thomas. And we're Biz Besties,
who created the Nurse Power Network to change the narrative of nurses and help them show up in their ugly truths and make power moves.
all while balancing life, love, and family. All right, y'all. What's up? I'm Meisha and Mia.
I'm Dr. Nicole Thomas.
We back. Okay.
We back, and I don't know if I'm ready for this episode.
Nurse Power Podcast, y'all. We back. This just a wild card episode.
I don't know
What
about
comes to mind when you hear the wild card episode?
Wild stuff.
I swear, nurses be gone wild, though.
Nurses gone wild. They do. They wild, baby. They wild.
All right, y'all. So, basically, this episode, I got random questions on some cards. They didn't sponsor, so we won't tell you whose cards they are. But
if you want to sponsor us,
but if you
please
want
send
to
us an
sponsor,
email
yeah.
at nursepowernetwork@gmail.com, and we will gladly accept your sponsorship, especially for the 2023 Nurse Power Brunch Essence Festival Edition. Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
I love that. Hey, I'm just saying. So we got just some little fun random stuff. But how you feeling though?
I'm happy, but I just want to see what this about, y'all.
She like, I don't have no clue.
All
right, well, I'm gonna start it then. I'm gonna start it asking the question.
So listen, she's supposed to ask me these random questions, and I'm supposed to answer them. Y'all know this is a little hard for me because I'm a very private person.
Oh wow, this is a tough question. It's not nice. I'll probably throw this back in. Let's see if she answer it though.
Oh God,
She
I
makes.
feel like I'm on Bravo Andy when what's that game he played with his people? Where
At
they
the
can
end?
at the end where they can answer or pay out
A pass?
Yeah,
Right.
okay,
It
let's
says,
go.
if you could only save one of all questions, I can't even believe this came out. Your mother or your significant other? Who you
God.
saving and why? And you married,
Oh my God! If my
husband.
husband listening to this, or Sister Helen.
Yes.
Oh my God!
So that is a tough question to be asked. But they say your vows come before your
Yeah,
house.
that's true.
Your vows. And I'm not married. Shameless
So
plug.
you saying?
But
So you saying I gotta save my man before
I'm
my
saying,
mama?
yeah. I mean, ain't that what they say?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think our mothers even teach us that.
Yeah, I was taught that.
Your vows do come before
Yeah.
everything else. That's interesting, though.
So I would want both of them to stay.
Okay.
But if I had to choose, I would give myself up so that they can both remain.
Oh, I love that. She tried to cheat. She cheated. She said, I'm not going to be in the hot seat with this episode with you.
Hell no, I will not be.
Okay. See, that was an easy one. So now you got to ask me something.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And if I can't answer it, I'll pass it to you.
Okay, now that's a good one because she just, put a plug out there that you can put a ring on it. How long do you think a couple should date before becoming official?
I think you got to make sure you're not meeting a representative nowadays.
Oh, child.
Because it's 2023, y'all, and a lot of these people you meeting, you ain't really meeting them at first. So you kind of got to give it some time. But not too much time, but just enough to know you really met them. I'm kind of private, so I don't really want to put my own stuff out there, but my boo and I became official like after... It was fast. It was real fast. But it was very fast because we were very clear with what we wanted.
What you call fast? Let's go back to fast because she's trying to skate around the question. The question
I know.
said how long. So how long was it before y'all came? Was it a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months?
About a month.
About a month. Okay. All right.
About
cool.
a month. About a month. We was like officially sold, and
What was the criteria that you used to make sure you were not meeting his representative, but you were meeting the true person?
Well, I based it on meeting his mom, which sometimes can be crazy because they'd be lying for up too, girls.
Some of these mamas keep it real with you.
Yeah,
My mama
yeah.
tell them girls, baby,
Yeah,
don't hear
so-
about your business.
Right. So meeting his mom, learning about his children definitely helped. Him meeting my mom, him talking to my mom
Yeah.
a lot, and overall spiritually, I think is what helped me understand I was
Yeah.
meeting the right one. He is the first man I've dated that just, he greeted me in prayer. He took my hand and prayed with me.
Greeted you in prayer.
He's never not taken my hand and prayed with me, and I've never experienced that before. So it was more so a spiritual death that let me know that I was in a safe place.
Come on now. I love that. Yeah. That was a good one. Go ahead, woman. So ladies, you can take 30 days to meet your true mates.
Yeah. And if God is in it, you'll know. You'll know. And I think that's key. Because sometimes we do things and we know God ain't in it. We just want to touch it because it's hot.
Oh, Lord. There ain't no water over here for us to drink.
So that's my take on it. I mean, I felt like it was fast. But in all honesty, I also felt the Spirit of God that really led me there.
Moving in it, I love that. That's congratulations. Thanks. I can't wait to meet him.
Yes.
Maybe I'll meet him at the 2023 Nurse Power Brunch.
Oh, God. He already talking about that.
Right here in New Orleans, Louisiana. Please join us July 1st at the Royal Sonesta. Back to this regularly scheduled program. I'm going to clear the business, honey.
Yeah,
I'm going to clear the business.
Please clear. Oh, wow. This is good. I want to give input on this one. And you. I know you got something. She lived with a whole man, so she got to have something. What are 3 of your top pet peeves when it comes to the opposite sex? I got to go first. My biggest pet peeve, and I don't even live with mine, but I think my biggest pet peeve is the toilet seat. I do hate the toilet seat being up. And I guess...
Yeah, I really had that problem.
You don't? Oh, well, that's good. See?
Maybe because I'm trying to think that we've been together 15 years
so maybe
now.
He's learned that
So
habit.
maybe over the years. But I don't ever really remember having a toilet seat problem.
Or maybe it's because it's a girl's world in his house. He's
He's the only man. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all rule, technically.
Yeah, we do.
Y'all in charge.
We rule.
That's what it is. Y'all are spoiled. And I was the only girl growing up in my house.
Okay.
So, I mean, all the guys. The toilet seat is like y'all don't know where the damn... Where aim your piss at? What is the piss doing? Man, my brothers back in the day. Anyway, that is my peeve for real.
Okay.
My other peeve, opposite sex. Let me think about it. I don't know if it's an opposite sex specific. That's the thing. To think about that.
Well, I'll add one.
I don't know.
Why are you thinking about it?
Oh, when they got their pants down, when boys are sagging.
Oh, yeah.
Young
I think
boys.
that is so
unattractive.
I think that is
Pull your pants up.
Just not, I don't want to say not manly because that's not the right word.
Yeah.
But it's just not appeasing. I actually think it's disrespectful.
Yeah, like pull your pants up.
Pull your pants up. And I know some men out there saying, well, ladies, y'all need to cover up. To a certain extent, we can still show a little skin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, pull your pants up.
Yeah. What's
Anything
your last
else? I don't think I got no more. Like,
so I will say for mine, because I live with my man, and we have been together now for 15 years, 16 years. They don't clean the kitchen after they cook. So my husband is a real cook, and he loves to cook. He loves to barbecue. He loves to ball. He loves to do all of that stuff, and he will do it. But he ain't washing not one dish while he doing it, and it irks me to my core. Clean the kitchen as you go, or when you done.
Oh my God, yes, we were taught to clean as we go. Men don't know.
They don't do that. So that's one pet peeve.
My food is finished. My kitchen is clean. Not them.
The other pet peeve about the opposite sex that I can definitely say that in my relationship that we've worked on a lot and we've gotten to a better place and space with it, definitely not where we want to be, is the male species feeling that it's okay to be vulnerable.
Oh, yeah, I should have said that.
It's okay to be vulnerable.
Oh, my God. I hope my boo is listening. It's okay to be vulnerable.
So that's one of my pet peeves when they feel as if I have to be macho. I have to be strong.
I'm telling them, like, chill with that.
I can't say this hurt my feelings or, I didn't like when this happened or, if something made them sad, I can't express that.
Right.
I want the opposite sex to know it's okay to be vulnerable. Right. My final thing about the opposite sex that is a pet peeve of mine, I would have to say is always thinking that women have like a certain place or space.
Yeah.
Like this is you a woman, you're supposed to do
Yeah.
that.
Like a woman's supposed to be in the kitchen.
Like a woman's supposed to do that.
A woman can't preach. I've heard,
like
a
old
woman
is supposed to be doing it. Like that's your role as a wife and as a mom. Like that's your. And I'm gonna be honest with you. My husband was raised very, very, very old school, and I was too.
Right.
He was raised in a household where ain't nobody eating not one thing out that pot that grandma cooked until my husband come home and eat. Like that type of thing. I'm gonna cook every day. And child, if you know me, you know we had to work on that. Okay.
Cause y'all was ready to eat.
We go eat. You ain't here. We about to eat, and I ain't cooking it every day. Okay. So I would definitely say that's one of my other pet peeves is when, and funny. I think that collectively as a society we have definitely come a long way with equality as it relates to women and men and role specific and all of those different things, but we still have a ways to go. But that's one of my pet peeves when I hear a male say, oh well, that's not for a woman to do, or a woman shouldn't be doing it, or a woman shouldn't be doing blah blah blah. Now that go on the other side, flip side too, because sometimes women be like, well, a man's supposed to do, a man's supposed to take the trash out. Exactly. Why you can't take that trash out?
I feel some type of way, and this is kind of off the wall, but I feel some type of way when my man is at my house and I don't have to take trash out. It's a breath of fresh air.
It's a breath of fresh air.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, just move.
But at the same time, though, if we're running a household collectively and the trash is running over,
right?
I can take the trash out. It's nothing wrong with me taking the trash out, right? So
pumping the gas.
Yeah, pumping the gas, right? Unless it's cold outside, you need to go put some gas in my car. If I pull up, you need to be the one to get out.
Yes.
But so I think it's both ways. But that definitely irks me since you talked about the other species when y'all say women should not do or cannot do. I don't. Yeah,
I agree with that.
So it's my turn.
Yes.
Oh, this is a good one. Okay.
I'm nervous.
So Meisha, where do you see yourself in 5 years, and what are your plans to get there?
Married.
Hello.
Maybe pregnant with our second baby. And what do I plan to do? Have lots of sex.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
To get there, lots of sex. I've been handling my business, but now it's time to handle that business. Lots of sex.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So how do you feel with, wanting to get married? If you've noticed, I've never really asked you, hey, so when as close as we are, when you gonna get married? When you gonna have kids?
But people always ask. It's an inappropriate question.
I think it's an inappropriate question.
Yes. Girl, the pressure.
And so literally when she said that, I literally did not know that that's in her plan, because I don't like to ask women that question, because I feel like it's inappropriate. That might not be what I want to do, or I may have challenges or whatever. But I'm happy to hear that.
Listen, that's a long conversation.
Okay, yeah, we can have it right now.
Yeah, we can have it right now. But
I'm happy to hear that.
Yes.
I love it.
And he's waiting for it. He's just waiting for it.
Okay.
So it's very good. We'll see.
So now I know that the plan is in motion when I be calling her, sending my voice text and shit. Right. So I know she's working on her 5-year plan.
I'm working on my 5-year plan. I can't sit here at the mic all day. I got some other mic to handle.
I cannot with you. Well, I'll piggyback off of that. Mine is opposite from yours.
It better be.
Very much so opposites. In 5 years, my youngest will be graduated from high school. So I have 2 girls.
Right.
Diamond is getting ready to leave
starting over
this year.
Starting and you'll be done.
So I'm looking forward to 5 years. My husband and I buying our second home, which is going to be a vacation home somewhere. We're going to live in one place for 6 months and still, of course, live, in the Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Louisiana area. We live in between that the other half of the year. So I'm really and truly looking forward to the next phase of my husband. And so we're literally preparing for that now, and having those intentional conversations, making certain moves that align with what do we want.
Are y'all gonna go out of state? Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be out of state.
Yeah. I really think that I wanted to be in California, specifically in Napa Valley. I always said I wanted to live in wine country. Yeah, I've been saying that for years.
I'm coming over there and get drunk with you when I need a break from the kids.
So we're definitely making preparations. We're making decisions now that do not revolve around the kids. It can be something as simple as, I just recently got a car. Typically when I get a vehicle, I'm always thinking, well, I need this because I got the kids. I got it. No, we went and got what we wanted, and we ain't think nothing about them kids.
Right, it's your time to shine.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So you gonna be over there with your babies. I'm gonna be the rich auntie.
Right.
I ain't babysitting. Right. My children gone. Okay.
And they grown now.
And I will come love on them. And so that's what I'm looking forward to.
That's a good 5-year plan.
Yeah.
I love wine country.
Yeah. I
have this really good castle winery over there. Maybe you should try to get y'all house like right there by the castle. So that way I can just like handle both with one visit. Get drunk, be right here.
And be right here. Yeah. We got to keep working and get our money up. So
right.
We're
so
going to get it up. Come
that's
on
a vibe. That's a vibe.
Yeah,
let's see. That's a vibe. I love that. That was a good question. I don't even want to answer this one. Next card.
Let me see what it has said.
Right. Oh, this is really good. Do you consider yourself religious? How important is it that your significant other believes the same as you spiritually? I think it's very important. Let me answer the first question. I do consider myself spiritual.
Yes.
And you know, the younger me would probably say religious, but I believe
it's a difference.
Yeah, there's a difference.
It's a big difference.
And as I've grown, to me, the difference with religious versus spiritual is the I don't want to say flexibility, but religious is just, to me, one way. It's more concise. Where when you say spiritual, it really, to me, encompasses the whole universe. And more of higher beliefs and, you know, just more of energy and more of other aspects as it relates to our spirit and our soul. So I'm spiritual. Now, I am a child of God. I do believe in the word of God, and I am a Christian believer. So with that, spirituality still comes a component of my religion. But I feel like that's just my religion. That's a small piece of me, but that does not make up the whole spirituality of me.
I love that. I like how you say that. I would agree with that too. I'm not religious, but I'm definitely spiritual. I know that there is a higher being, a higher power. I'm definitely a believer in God. And I try my best to make sure that I walk in those core foundational principles that have been set forth by us in that spirituality. You know, the 10 Commandments, can't say that I'm perfect. Because I'm not. I've definitely fallen short of His glory. So, yes, I agree with you, and that's me too. For me, when it comes to a partner and how important it is that we have that alignment, it is extremely important. Right?
It is.
I do not foresee myself being able to be with someone, and this is me, that is not spiritual and a believer in the higher being, which is God for us, because my life is set up on faith.
Yes, it makes
every aspect of my life is set up on faith. I make so many moves. From that I don't know how this gonna turn out, because I don't have the full game plan. I ain't got all the money. I ain't got all the resources, relationships, whatever. But we gonna step out and do this on faith. And so I need a partner that understands that acknowledges that knows how that is, so that we can endure this journey together. Right on faith. And so it's a non-negotiable. It is a non-negotiable.
I learned something years ago from my grandmother. growing up, my grandmother, she was the product of a rich grandfather. My grandpa, he spoiled her. And they had those gender roles of back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
She did not do anything. She was domestic at home, you know, cook, clean, dinner's ready.
Yeah.
He'd buy her the minks, the cars, the home.
Yeah.
She was well taken care of. Well, one day my grandma said, baby, we got old one day. And I realized I didn't love your granddaddy like I used to, because now all the fun that we were having when we were young, we didn't have that fun anymore. I was ready to go to church and he wasn't. Child.
Oh, wow.
Child. A word, okay?
That was a word.
It's a real word. And so she told me at that moment how unhappy she was in her marriage, because they were not equally yoked as what she would have identified as equally yoked at that moment in her life.
Yeah.
It was deeper. But when she was young and partying and having fun with life, she didn't see the depth of spirituality and religion to realize how important that was going to be for the rest of her life.
For the
So
duration.
while he was buying her the Cadillacs and the minks and the home was, everything was gorgeous, but she didn't really tap into his soul.
Right.
And she realized she missed that mark, and she told me, baby, don't you ever do that.
Yeah.
She said, one thing you need to realize is you will get old.
You will.
And there'll be a time where that's that one thing that will matter.
Yeah.
Is your spirituality,
It's your
and your strength with God.
That's
and she
it.
said, if y'all are not on the same page there, you have nothing.
Oh, that's a word.
Yep. And she didn't walk away from her marriage, but she was very unhappy. He passed away, long story short. But she was a rider, stuck it out, but she let me know that you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Make sure you look at the core values of a man.
Yeah.
And not just look at the worldly possessions that we are so caught up in, because that's not going to sustain you for the life.
It doesn't.
And she was right. And
It doesn't. It comes, it goes, it fades away. But the word of God,
it's constant.
It's going to be constant. It's
Yep,
gonna
like
be
you said, your faith.
consistent.
I can't
Your
do nothing without faith.
I can't.
And
I can't.
that became a big piece of her.
Oh, this is a good question.
She makes me nervous when she says that.
Because you just kind of said something about this. Could you date a person with children? If so, are you prepared to be a step parent if things progress? Oh, that's a good question. Boom.
Yeah.
I want the answer.
I actually love kids. And for so long, I just wanted to be a stepmom. I really used to want the man with children. And I wanted to just have that blended family. So I wouldn't have to do any of that other work.
Oh, God.
I don't know if it's the shortcut or what, but, you know, eventually I came to my senses. But I am okay dating a man with kids. I find it more attractive to date a man with kids than without kids. Ladies listening, if you've dated a man without kids, please tell me your experience. Every man I have dated without kids has been more of a headache than the man with kids.
Really?
Yes, they are the biggest princesses. They want more princess treatment than me. I could not freaking deal. So I went on like a kind of like a dating experiment a few years back where I strictly dated men without kids, because I had been through so much toxic baby mama drama back in the day that I was like, I'm never doing that again. So I focused on men with no kids to compare the two. Baby, I was so disappointed. Them men with no kids.
Now, you know the men with no kids gonna come for you.
I don't care. Like, I want them to, because what I learned about men with no kids, they're selfish. They lack commitment. They lack like the nurturing, emotional intelligence emotional availability. I'm sorry. And they are way more like cocky. Like, it's just a weird energy I get from all men with no kids. And what I loved about, once I went and realized the difference, the man with children, you're going to see their emotional availability, because don't nothing teach a man how to be emotional more than being a father.
Yeah. Now, that's true. That's definitely
More than being a
helped my
father.
husband,
And I see some of the best quality and character in a man who is a father, and is a really locked in father. You know, not a play father on the side, but no, a real father.
Not a social
You see
media
the
father.
best character in that man when he has children. And so as a grown woman, that's attractive to me. Because I need to know I can feel good with you, and I can also feel good with any future that may come from this.
Yeah.
And if you don't have any of those traits, how will I know?
Yeah. So I'll say when me and my husband got together 15 years ago, was it 15? We've been married for, I don't know, something, 15, whatever. He actually did not have any kids. I married a man with no kids, but I had a daughter. My
Lucky
first
you.
daughter was from a previous
Meanwhile, I'm
marriage.
like, lucky you. I don't know what
That's why I was like, really?
Yeah.
My first daughter, when me and my husband got together at the time, she was 1 going on 2. And so I had a daughter and he had no kids.
See?
And
That was good.
he literally was the opposite of what you just described.
Oh, that's good, because I'm telling you.
He was the complete opposite of what you described, but he had experiences with raising kids in the sense of he was the big brother that literally provided for his brothers and sisters, right? For his brother and sister. He has 1 brother and 1 sister. So it was opposite. Now, the second part of that question asked a very important part, and it says, if so, are you prepared to be a step parent if things progress? And so I have never been a step parent because he didn't have any kids, but he is a step parent.
Yes.
And so one of the things that he always tells me is that you will never understand what it's like to be a step parent, and the fear of when you're a very, 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 very active step parent and you don't look at yourself as a step parent, you look at yourself as the parent, right? And will this child that I have come to love as my own because you are mine ever get to a place and space in their life where they're going to say, you ain't my daddy?
Yes.
And I love as they get grown.
It's true.
Right?
That's a big fear.
And so that's been a big fear of his for years. And what I can say, while I will never know what it's like to be a step parent, because I've never been a step parent, I can tell you as you endure your journey that there are challenges there. Right? There are challenges there as the child starts to get older and they start to develop their own identity and they want to know more about themselves, which means that they really want to start to learn more about their biological parent, who may not be there present or in the home or in their life on a day-to-day basis, and they're trying to figure it out and they want to start to develop a relationship with them, whatever ends up happening with that. But you as the step parent over here, you're not going to tell them no because you want them to do it, but you're a little bit in your feelings because you feel like
you have the support.
They ain't did nothing.
Right. Why you care?
They ain't. Why you even care? I'm your daddy. I'm your mom. Or whatever the situation may be. And so it can be some challenges.
It is.
It can be some challenges with that, and then also making sure that, especially when a child between the two is brought into the picture, that the stepchild essentially does not feel that there's a difference in treatment.
Right.
And so that's what my husband has always been very, very, very intentional about. He's never, ever referred to my oldest as his stepchild.
Right.
That's my daughter.
That's my child.
He treat her just like he treat the other one. He will get in her tail just
like
he need to get in the other one. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it should. That's what I hope for.
Not to say that they haven't had their challenges. And I think it's just, I'm not going to say necessarily a challenge for being a stepfather, but really and truly just the challenges of raising a child. And especially when they start to get 17, 18, 19, Lord,
I agree.
years old. So,
girl,
it's a journey. Not to say that you can't do the journey. It's a journey.
What I do now to kind of help me prepare, I listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of blended family podcasts that I tune into regularly because it's always been a dream of mine to have a blended family.
I love it. So. I'm excited for you. Make sure I'm invited to the wedding.
Okay, definitely.
I'm not going to babysit. I'm telling you right now.
All right.
But I will buy them whatever they want.
I need a babysitter. Friends. She's playing.
Mama Checks will babysit. Mama Checks will babysit.
Facts.
But I'm excited for
Yes.
you, girl. This is fun.
This was fun.
I like this wild card
wild
game.
card.
I'm happy we ain't
If y'all want us to bring wild card
questions.
back, please let us know.
Yeah,
I really
we might
was
need to
feeling
talk
this.
about that. I like that.
Yes.
All right. Make sure that y'all connect with us. Where they gonna find us, Mish?
Y'all gonna find us on all social media platforms at the Nurse Power Network. You can also tap into our website, nursepowernetwork.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and rate our podcast. We need people to rock with us.
Yes. See y'all soon. Peace. I gotta do it how Emily taught me. Peace. This is how I go. She be like this, mama.